His hand clamped over my mouth in the dim terminal lights. "Mike, your wife knows everything about us now." The words hit like a slap. I jerked upright on the hard plastic bench at LAX, heart slamming against my ribs, the stale air thick with jet fuel and coffee. Around me, red-eyed travelers shuffled past with rolling bags, oblivious, while the departure boards flickered with endless delays. My flight to Chicago had been canceled hours ago, stranding me in this fluorescent limbo. I'd slumped here after midnight, exhausted from the conference, and apparently dozed off beside this stranger. Now his face, sharp jaw, dark eyes I somehow recognized, loomed inches away. Ryan. College Ryan. The one I'd sworn I'd forgotten. "What the hell are you doing here?" I whispered, shoving his hand away, scanning the terminal for anyone watching. My phone buzzed in my pocket, probably Sarah again, wondering why I hadn't landed. Our separation had been civil until last month, when she started asking pointed questions about late nights and old friends. I never answered. Ryan didn't smile. "I was hired to watch you, Mike. Your wife thinks you're hiding something big." Turns out she was right. He leaned closer, voice low under the hum of announcements. "And I know because I'm the something." My stomach dropped. 15 years ago, we'd shared one reckless weekend in a dorm room after too many beers at a frat party. Nothing spoken since, just buried deep while I built a life. Marriage, a son, a respectable marketing job in the suburbs. Now here he was, same crooked grin, older, but still the guy who made my chest tight. I stood, legs shaky, grabbing my carry-on. "You're lying. This is some sick joke." He rose too, matching my pace as I headed toward the food court. "Check your email. She sent the first payment to my agency yesterday. I took the job because I needed the money, but seeing you, it brought everything back." His hand brushed my arm, electric. I pulled away, pulse racing. The airport felt smaller, every security camera a threat. We found a corner booth at an all-night burrito stand, the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. I ordered black coffee I didn't want. He took water. "Tell me everything," I said, voice cracking. Ryan explained. Sarah had contacted his private investigation firm after finding old photos on an old hard drive I thought I'd wiped. She suspected an affair, not with a woman. He'd followed me from Chicago to LAX, posing as just another delayed passenger. When my flight canceled, he sat beside me on purpose. "I wasn't supposed to wake you, but when you mumbled my name in your sleep, I couldn't stay silent." I stared at the table, memories flooding. Stolen kisses behind the library, the fear that kept me quiet. Now my secret had a face, a voice, and a paycheck attached. If she knows, why haven't the papers been served? Why follow me? Because she wants proof before she tells Ethan. Our son, 21, away at college, the one person I'd die to protect. Ryan's eyes softened. I told her I'd get evidence. Instead, I'm sitting here warning you, because the man I knew in college didn't deserve to be hunted. We talked until dawn crept through the windows, my coffee gone cold. He showed me the contract on his phone, redacted but clear. My life was unraveling in real time, and the stranger who'd exposed it was the only one offering a lifeline. By the time the first flights were called, I realized I couldn't run. Not anymore. The sun rose over the runways, painting the terminal in soft pinks that did nothing to ease the knot in my gut. Ryan suggested we move to a quieter gate, away from the crowds. I followed, mind spinning. 15 years of perfect cover. PDA meetings, backyard barbecues, coaching Ethan's soccer team, and one canceled flight had shattered it. "How long have you been doing this?" I asked as we claimed 2 seats near an empty boarding area. "PI work? 5 years. Pays better than teaching, which is what I did after college." He shrugged, but his eyes held old pain. "After you ghosted me, I needed distance. Changed my major, moved to California. Built walls." I winced. Ghosted. That's what he called the letters I never answered, the calls I dodged. I was scared. Sarah was pregnant with Ethan. I thought if I just pretended hard enough, it would go away. Ryan nodded. No judgment. It never does. I've tailed enough closeted guys to know. He pulled out his laptop, showing me blurred photos Sarah had sent him. Me at a gay bar in Chicago 3 years ago, alone in the corner, nursing a drink. I'd gone once, curious, terrified. Left before anyone noticed. She thinks you're still going. Wants dates? Names. My phone vibrated again. Sarah, landing soon? Ethan called. Worried about you. I type a lie about delays, hit send. Guilt twisted deeper. Ryan, watch me. You don't have to keep lying, Mike. Not to me. We spent the morning trading stories. He told me about his own failed marriage to a woman who never knew, the therapy that helped him accept himself. I confessed the nights I lay awake beside Sarah, wondering if I could ever be honest. The terminal filled with families, businessmen, lovers hugging goodbye. Every happy couple felt like a mirror I couldn't face. By noon, we'd missed 2 more flights on purpose. Ryan suggested grabbing real food at a sit-down spot. Over eggs and toast, he admitted, taking this job was a mistake. Seeing you reminded me why I left Chicago. I never stopped caring. His foot nudged mine under the table. Accidental, then not. Heat rose in my cheeks. Don't, I whispered. I have a family. But do you have you? He asked quietly. The question hung between us like the departure announcements. My mind raced. If I came clean, Ethan might never speak to me again. Sarah would take everything. Yet sitting here with Ryan felt like breathing after years underwater. We walked the terminals for hours, dodging security, talking in low voices. He showed me the tracker app Sarah had him install on my phone, disabled now. I'm burning this job, he said, but she'll hire someone else unless you decide what you want. Evening fell. We found a quiet corner near baggage claim. My head throbbed. I can't just flip a switch. Ethan's whole life. Ryan placed a hand on my shoulder, warm and steady. No one's asking for a switch. Just a first step. Maybe tell me the truth about how you feel right now. I met his eyes, terrified and alive, for the first time in years. The words slipped out before I could stop them. The airport lights seemed brighter, the noise softer. For one night, the stranger beside me wasn't a threat. He was possibility. Dawn broke again over LAX. Another canceled flight added to the board. We'd slept in shifts on those same benches, backs against each other for warmth. Ryan's steady breathing had kept the panic at bay. When I woke, his arm was draped lightly over mine. Nothing more, yet everything. I didn't move. Sarah's text had escalated. Call me. Ethan saw the credit card charges for the hotel you never checked into. I'd booked nothing. I'd been here all along. Ryan read them over my shoulder. She's grasping, but the next PI won't be me. We decided to leave the airport, at least for a few hours. He rented a cheap car from the lot outside. We drove to Venice Beach, windows down, Pacific air clear in my head. Walking the boardwalk, I told him about Ethan's graduation last spring, how proud I'd felt watching my son cross the stage, all while hiding the part of me that made that pride feel hollow. Ryan shared his own coming-out story. Parents who stopped speaking for 2 years, then slowly came around. It's not instant, but it's possible. Back at a small cafe, over iced lattes, the conversation turned deeper. What if I lose him? I asked. Ryan's hand found mine on the table this time, open, deliberate. What if you lose yourself first? The touch lingered. No one stared. In California, no one cared. For the first time, I didn't pull away. We returned to LAX by evening, the terminal now familiar territory. Ryan's phone rang, his agency. He stepped away to take it, voice tense. When he returned, his face was pale. Sarah doubled the offer. They want daily reports. I told them I quit. Relief mixed with dread. She'll know something's wrong. He nodded, which means we have maybe 48 hours before she sends someone new. We sat in silence, watching planes take off. My mind replayed every family dinner, every lie I'd told Ethan about business trips. Ryan spoke softly. You don't have to do this alone. I'm not just the guy who followed you. I'm the guy who never stopped loving the version of you that was brave once. The words cracked something open. That night, as we claimed our benches again, I let my head rest on his shoulder. No kiss, no promises, just quiet acceptance. The airport hummed around us, indifferent. But inside, my world was shifting. For the first time, the secret didn't feel like a cage. It felt like a door cracking open. The call came at 3 a.m., Sarah's voice, sharp through the speaker. Michael, I know you're still in LA. The PI quit. What the hell is going on? I stepped away from Ryan, heart hammering. Flight delays. That's all. She laughed bitterly. Delays don't explain the 2 days of radio silence or the fact that Ethan found your old college emails. The ones with that guy's name all over them. Ryan froze beside me. Ethan knew. My son, my straight-A, soccer star son, had read things no father once shared. I hung up, hands shaking. Ryan pulled me into a quiet hallway. Breathe. We'll handle this. But panic clawed at me. I imagined Ethan's face, the disappointment. We drove back to the beach at sunrise, walking the empty sand. I have to go home, I said. Face him. Ryan stopped me. Not yet. If you run back now, you'll apologize and bury it again. Stay one more day. Figure out what you want to say. His logic made sense, but guilt gnawed. We spent the afternoon in a small motel near the airport, separate beds, but talking until our voices grew hoarse. He told me about the clients he'd helped come out, the families that healed. I told him about the nights I'd cried in the garage after Ethan's games, wondering if my love made me a fraud. That evening my phone lit up with Ethan's number. I answered on speaker. Dad, is it true? You and some guy. His voice cracked. I froze. Ryan squeezed my hand. Son, it's complicated. I never meant. Complicated? Mom's crying. She says you lied our whole life. The line went dead. I sank onto the bed, tears hot. Ryan held me then, not as a lover, but as a friend who understood the weight. He's hurt. Give him time. But don't let their pain keep you in the dark forever. Midnight brought another twist. Ryan's phone buzzed. An unknown number. He listened, face tightening. Someone else is watching us. Sarah hired backup. They're outside the motel right now. We peeked through the curtains. A dark sedan across the lot. The stalking had begun. We slipped out the back at 2 a.m., Ryan driving fast toward the airport. Headlights followed us onto the freeway. They're good, he muttered, weaving through traffic. My stomach churned. This wasn't just Sarah anymore. It was real pursuit. At LAX, we ditched the car and ran inside, blending with red-eye crowds. In a quiet lounge, Ryan confessed the full truth. The agency I quit, they don't let people walk away with client secrets. The new guy following us works for them, not Sarah. They want the photos I never sent. His voice dropped, and they know about my past too. I'm not just your shadow. I'm a liability now. We spent the night moving between gates, buying burner phones, planning. I called Ethan from one, voice steady for the first time. I'm gay, son. I've always been. I hid it because I was terrified of losing you. But I'm done hiding. Silence stretched. Then Ethan whispered, I'm angry, Dad, but I still love you. Come home when you're ready. Tears blurred the terminal lights. Ryan and I talked until sunrise again. He admitted he'd taken the job, hoping to see me one last time. I fell in love with you at 19. Never fell out. This time I kissed him, soft, tentative, in the shadow of a vending machine. No fireworks, just truth. The sedan reappeared at dawn. We ran, hearts pounding, through security lines and baggage mazes. By afternoon, we'd lost them temporarily. In a food court, Ryan said, you have a choice now. Go home and fight for your family on your terms, or stay and build something new with me. Either way, stop running. The words landed heavy. My phone buzzed. Sarah, divorce papers ready. Ethan wants to talk in person. The pursuit outside mirrored the one inside. Terminal lights blurred as we stood at the departure gate for Chicago. The sedan was gone, but the choice remained. Ryan held my hand openly now. Whatever you decide, I'm proud of you. I looked at the boarding pass, my old life waiting. Then at him, my new one. I'm going home, I said finally. But not to hide, to tell the truth. Ethan deserves that. Sarah too. Ryan nodded, eyes shining. I'll be here when you're ready. No more following. We hugged long and hard, the airport fading around us. I boarded alone, the weight lifting with every step. Back in Chicago, Ethan met me at the door. We talked for hours, tears, anger, then understanding. Sarah listened too, hurt but civil. The divorce would happen, but not in bitterness. Weeks later, I flew back to LA, this time on purpose. Ryan waited at arrivals, no secrets between us. The man who'd followed me had become the one I chose to walk beside. Life wasn't perfect, family gatherings still awkward, old friends surprised, but the stalking had ended. In its place stood honesty and a love I'd finally claimed. In this journey, Mike learned that secrets kept for others' sake only deepen the wounds they're meant to protect. The real courage isn't in pretending. It's in facing the people you love with your whole truth, even when it shakes the ground beneath you. My advice: if fear is holding you back from who you are, take one small step. Tell one safe person. The world may surprise you with grace instead of judgment. Families heal when given the chance, and love, once honest, grows stronger than any shadow that once chased you. The lesson lingers. Freedom isn't found in airports or strangers alone, but in the quiet decision to stop running from yourself.